I didn't find him creepy until about 3 years later, because this here carpenter used to come and leave like always 3 beers and 3 cigarette butts, right? I'd find them. Sometimes they'd be faded, and I'd say, oh my, how long has they been like? So, and that went on for a long time. But then when the carpenter got removed from Bass River, it continued, right? And then the cigarette butts disappeared. Like there was no cigarette butts with the beer cans, and Gabe don't smoke, right? And Gabe went from drinking Budweiser to Core Light, right? And so did my beer cans, right?
Wow.
So that's when I started, okay, this is creepy.
That's when you wouldn't come outside at night.
And that's when I started to hide. I know Gabe, and like by this time I'd already known that. He admitted, he like self-admits that he was a sex addict. Right, and many times he's told me that he's gotten through the day. Thank God for his little room at the office, because in between customers he would go jerk off. Sorry. And with me many times in his head, right?
You say like a cop. Did he carry himself like a cop?
Oh,
I've heard
yeah.
him described that way, as being like a cop.
I remember one time, I don't know, we were out cruising. So anyway, we were coming up and going to his house, and there was a car in the yard. And he said, I don't think I want company tonight. So he put it right in reverse, man, and he drove from, like, say, I think there's a turn before the graveyard.
There is, yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
Well, just before that turn, he put it right in reverse, and he drove all the way back past where the garbage used to be. And I'm pretty sure he was doing it like 80.
Wow.
Right? Like, and he
Drives like a
backed
cop.
up, and then he shut the lights off, and then we watched the car go. I said, holy shit, Gabe, you drive like a cop.
Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Sure.
You said that just from the way he talked about it, it made you feel like there was police involvement somehow, like beforehand? Like, what was it that gave you the vibes that the police might have something suspicious going on, if at all?
The funny part about it is that his bar, like everything for him is custom made how he wants it. And he had this bar set up for like a party with like 100 people, but there was never anybody there. And when I was there and I seen that fully marked RCMP car, I was like kind of like asking him questions like, what are you doing with this? Like, what's going on here? He said, oh, I have a whole, I said something like, are you with the police or something? He said, I have a whole platoon, I think. Is it a platoon? Is that the right word? Yeah. He said, I have a whole platoon, and then I just imagined all kinds of crazy stuff, but I never imagined this.
And you did have like several police cars, so.
Yeah, I seen 3 of them, but it was only the one that was fully marked.
People like have speculated that he was dangerous to women, maybe was involved in criminal activity related to women. Did you ever see anything related to that?
I got concerned after I started seeing like Novocaine. And I don't know if anybody's ever pointed this out, but there was a red, what was that, it was almost like a safe with the mechanisms on it.
Remember where the oil was?
Yeah, where the gas was, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so there was always that. It just always looked to me like somebody could, like, it just freaked me out. Like I could envision like women fitting in that, right? And I'd get that eerie feeling. And then there was other things too, like all our women going missing, but that's besides the fact. But him just being out in the yard and creeping around. And
Tell you guys about the bathroom in the garage, though.
Definitely.
Whatever, I don't remember specifically your last question, but it was something about being creepy with women. So when that night that we seen the fully marked cop car, me and my friend had asked for the bathroom, and he took us to the bathroom, and like I said, everything that this guy does is custom to how he wants it. So it was like a slide door that you pull on the bottom floor by the bar, and it was like the bathroom was like this hallway, this long, narrow cement hallway, and there was a toilet like here in the middle of it. I was like, why does he need a toilet in the middle of the room? Like, this is not normal. And then we were in there, and we already knew something was crazy because of this cop car. So we were looking around, and there was from the bottom of the floor to the top of this room there were shelves with these crates and like all this stuff, and I was looking like through the plastic at these crates, and it was like clothing and stuff. I thought that was really weird. And remember, I had said I talked to my friend to ask her, do you want to come forward with this? And she was scared, and she said, all I can think about is some woman being cuffed up to that toilet for weeks on end, because why would you need a toilet in the middle of a room? And there was also a back trap door to that bathroom. There was the door you went in, but then there was a door over in the back and the side. I'm like, why does he have like these secret doors to this bathroom? So that creeped me out, and by the end of that night, all I could think about is like him posing as an RCMP officer and picking up young girls off the street, like runaway girls and stuff, and bringing them back there, and then having a battalion of drunk police officers auctioning off these women was my theory at the end of it.
California accused of running a fake police department and put under arrest. One of the suspects even works for California Attorney General Kamala Harris. I'm 48 Hours Crime Cider's Michelle Sagona. The ruse began in January when the San Diego Sheriff's Office says various police chiefs in Southern California began to receive letters from the Masonic Fraternal Police Department. The letter said specifically that David Henry was now the chief and he was requesting a meeting with each agency. According to a press release, Captain Roosevelt Johnson of the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff's Office actually accepted a meeting with Henry, Tonette Hayes, and Brandon Keel. They showed up dressed in uniforms and said they were setting up shop in the area. All three were arrested and now charged with impersonating a peace officer. The group claims to have jurisdiction in 33 states and in Mexico. They allegedly believe they're descendants of the Knights Templar.